We obviously took the time to look at what the World Health Organization said and looked at details as to how they recommended in terms of high transmission areas that there should be there's a benefit for using face coverings.
In terms of face coverings, we have throughout this whole pandemic process taken advice from our scientists, from our medical experts, and the current advice from Public Health England is that face coverings are not necessary in schools, and the reason for that is because pupils and staff are mixing in consistent groups.
As they discovered in Scotland, where they had the kids in had the pupils in for at least a couple of weeks now, what they found was that it was raining outside, people were coming in and they were congregating in the corridors, and the move to face coverings they thought was sensible.
And of course we're developing the contact tracing app, which can help us deliver test, track and trace on the mass scale that we need across the country. The app, which takes full consideration of privacy and security, has already been tested in closed conditions.
The Health Secretary said we'd have the app by mid-May, presumably on advice. The Prime Minister said we'd have it by the 1st of June. Now the government ministers say it won't be ready until the winter. When are we going to have a working app?
So as it stands, our app won't work because Apple won't change their system, but it can measure distance, and their app can't measure distance well enough to a standard that we are satisfied with.
What's so important is that I do everything I can to ensure that we make as fair a system as possible for every student, and making sure that if we have to go that extra mile, as we have been doing in this, to give youngsters the best opportunity in life and make sure that they get the grades that they've been working towards and aspiring to. And we think we've got the balance of the system absolutely right.
I'm now not going to Durham, which was my dream uni, and I'm not doing the course I wanted to do because of this, and I know that I would have been able to get in if I had done those exams. It's just heartbreaking seeing my friends upset because they haven't got in because of previous results, or to do with where you live or what school you go to. It just shouldn't determine how you can do.
Of course, incredibly sorry for all those students who have been through this. When we came up with the system, which was broadly supported across the spectrum of calculated grades, what we were doing is to ensure that we have the fairest possible system. Where there is quite obviously injustices, and we have seen that in this system, we have to act, and that's why we've had to make the decision that we have done. As part of a cautious phased return, those in reception, Year 1 and Year 6, will be allowed back into school in smaller class sizes. We are prioritising these children because they stand to lose more by staying away from school. The first years of school are pivotal for children to develop social and behavioural skills. While we are not able to welcome all primary children back for a full month before the summer, we continue to work with the sector on the next steps, where we'd like to see schools who have the capacity to bring back more children. We will be working to bring all children back to school in September.